My name's Ian, and welcome to my hydronics project. This obviously is my basement. In particular, this is my laundry room. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this electric water heater, which I'll call my master. This will be my slave. This is one I picked up used. It was 50 bucks, but it's a good water heater. That water heater will be connected to this Intermatic electronic water heater timer, and what this is going to do is it's going to take advantage of off-peak rates, which are about half of what they are during the on-peak rates. So at 7 o'clock at night, that water heater comes on, and it can run or cycle at any time from 7 o'clock at night till 7 o'clock in the morning. At 7 o'clock in the morning, this timer is going to shut off that water heater so it doesn't come on anymore again until 7 o'clock at night. Now that's 5 days through the weekdays, Monday to Friday. On the weekends, it's all off peak, so basically half rate. So this programmable timer allows for that. So it has a 5-day and 2-day cycle on it. It's a very good device. I ordered that online from a place called Global Industries. They have some good prices. Now, to get the water from this tank to this tank, I'm going to use this. This is a Taco circulator. Taco, just like Taco Bell. It's a 007, just like James Bond. It's a 1/25 horsepower, so it'll definitely handle the volume that I need to pump through the system. Now, the way it's going to work is this. When that water heater comes on, okay, when the water cools off in there, of course, it's going to start heating the water, and I'm going to need to get that hot water over here. And what's going to happen here, this has what's called it's a type of thermostatic switch. And I'm going to connect this circulator to the thermostatic switch. So when this water is cold, this circulator comes on. And this circulator will stay on until this tank is satisfied or it's heated up enough. Basically, both tanks will be at the same temperature. So what happens is this. This one, I'll have the temperature set at a slightly higher temperature, okay, because you can control that on any water heater. Electric, gas, whatever. And by the way, these are electric water heaters. And again, this one's going to be unpowered. It's not going to actually heat water. That's going to do all the heating. So now what happens is I have to have a dead band, or a temperature dead band, because I don't want this pump running full out all the time. I want this pump to eventually shut off, one, to save the pump, and also to save electricity. So I'll have this set at just a little bit lower temperature on the thermostatic switch than that one. So that will heat up to, say, 130 degrees. This tank will actually shut off the pump at about 125. So there will be a slight temperature difference, but that's not a big deal. So this is the first phase of my project to actually heat my floor in my whole basement. So what my wife and I agreed upon is that this small space in here will be the test bed for my system to see if it actually works. So what's going to happen again, of course, is at night I'll be able to heat water and store it for use during the day when the rates are higher. And that's the beauty of the system. Not only that, I'll have stored hot water for regular domestic use for the day as well, showering, whatever else, okay? Anyway, so what I've got here, yeah, it looks like quite a mess, and really I guess that's what it is. It's a bit of a nightmare. I'm on well water, so I have quite a system here to treat the water. I had to put all this junk in. So you've got your typical storage tank here and a well pump. That there is an iron removal system, and that takes care of any hardness, calcium and magnesium and that sort of thing. It also takes care of a little bit of iron as well, because I got a lot of iron in my water. So that's what that system's for. And you might recognize this up here. I've just put this in, so I have to strap up the tubing and such, but that's for drinking water. The end result is the water that comes into my house out of my well is just absolutely lousy for drinking. It's got a tea color to it. And when I'm done with this, I end up with absolutely beautiful water, about as close to distilled water as possible. That's a reverse osmosis. It's got a few other filters in it as well. And it works great. It's a real good thing. I was buying case upon case of water. And one day I looked at all the bottles that I was sending out for recycling, and I thought to myself, it's ridiculous. So I decided to buy this, and I've never been happier. It's a great system. So again, this is my laundry room / mechanical room. This is going to be cordoned off and closed in. It'll have a door, of course, and it will house all of my system. Now what's going to happen? So the first thing, like I say, I'm going to have my circulator, my little taco circulator, and this intermatic timer to store hot water during the night for off-peak usage during the day. The second phase will be to insulate this section of the floor with hardboard foam insulation, then put in PEX tubing, and then I'm going to buy another circulator. Now, a circulator is going to be even smaller than this. It'll be a taco again, most likely, and it's I think it's a 1/40th horsepower, and that will be connected to a thermostat that's in the room here. The thermostat will simply sense the temperature of the air, turn the other, not this circulator, but the other one I'm going to buy, turn that on and supply warm water to the floor. The warm water, and I'm saying warm water because the water that's in here is going to be hot. It's going to be too hot to go into the floor. You'd burn your feet. So I'm going to have what's called a thermostatic mixing valve. So these are other items I'm going to purchase, and I will keep you up to date on everything. Again, this is my first installment. I got a lot of work ahead of me. I'm looking forward to it though. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to save money in the long run. It's going to make my basement super comfortable, and it's just a labor of love. It's one of those things I've always been interested in, and hopefully even somewhere down the road I'm going to incorporate some solar energy system in this, most likely an evacuated tube with a trough type collector, and get to a point where my energy bills are going to be super low even in the winter. By the way, the only energy source I have in my home is electricity. I don't have natural gas out here. Propane and oil are both very expensive, but electricity is even more expensive. But I can tell you this, my electric bills weren't too bad for the year of 2011. My average rate was $235, I think it was, per month. That was because I simply exercised the good economy, if you will. And I was very careful about how I used my power. Now by using this system, I'm going to save even more money in the long run. So yes, there is an initial upfront investment that's going to cost, but over maybe about a 5 to 8 year period, I did a little math on that, I will recoup that money that I've invested. But the thing is now I've opened up the whole basement of my home, and I'm going to end up with an absolutely beautiful and moreover comfortable living area. Even in the coldest January days, it's going to be nice down here. So again, I'm on electricity only, and I want to prove that by wise energy usage, you can actually heat your home and keep yourself very comfortable on electricity, and you won't have to spend an arm and a leg to do that. So wish me luck.